Hello, fellow Gridiron Gang. We're back with a new edition of the PodBois. It's the Week 1 edition, even though we've had a few games last week.
They don't count. They were garbage.
Thanks, Savannah. I didn't even get a chance to introduce you. But my name is Ryan Nixon, also known as the host of the podcast, uppercase THE.
I don't know about it.
And I got my features for this week. You want to
Features?
introduce yourself?
Bitch, I'm a founder. Savannah
Robbie.
Culbreth.
Savannah Robbie Culver. That's a...
Yeah, she had a name.
That could be a girl's name, too.
And we got dialed in with...
West Dunbar. What's up?
What's your middle name, dude?
It's Robbie, actually.
Oh, okay, with a Y.
No. Your middle name's a lot cooler, Wes.
Nah, you gotta let them know your middle name,
Yeah,
man.
you gotta put it out there.
Do what? Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, my actual middle name is Manley, M-A-N-L-E-Y.
That's kind of problematic in these times, don't you think? we can never assume, man.
I don't know, man.
Did Bubba Dunbar just assume your gender?
You mean Duffy?
Sorry.
He did know know that my gender was male by the time he gave me the name.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, this part's a little bit cringy.
No assumptions there.
All right, this is getting a little bit cringy, so I don't know what Savannah's drawing, but it's also terrifying.
I'm not sure what that's supposed to be.
It looks
I was
like
doing his hair, and then I thought
it looks like
that
Trump,
kinda
but
looks
with
like,
black hair.
I was like,
so-
that kind of looks like Trump's hair.
Okay.
So I tried to draw his face.
Speaking of rich guys, let's go into the first game of the week. Vanderbilt hosts MTSU.
True blue, motherfuckers.
Yep.
Well, there's one. Tally it.
Damn, she beat me to it this week.
I don't know. I've been hearing some murmurs, and
Murmurs?
maybe they're actually just Shermers. Vanderbilt's winning big this time.
Hell no.
Vanderbilt 21, MTSU 6. 2 field goals.
What's the spread on this game?
I don't know. I just told
Probably
you.
not going up.
It should be 15 because that's what's happening.
I will be in attendance at this game, so
I'm sorry.
I'll let y'all know if
It's gonna be a
it's...
shit show.
So who you got winning?
Who you think I got winning?
Well-
The boys in blue.
The police are going to play? That was just such a...
Big signal.
Very shocking. Savannah comes out as a Blue Lives Matter rep.
As she drinks blue Smirnoff from...
It's all in support of our troops.
Yes.
Red, white, and
Our,
berry.
our troops in blue.
All right, Robbie, who you got?
As much as I'd like to see MTSU win, it's just not gonna happen.
What's happening?
Vanderbilt sucks, but MTSU sucks more.
No, they're back this year.
Oh, my gosh. All right, Wes.
Well, I along with Savannah, am still currently a student at MTSU, and as such, I got to go with Big Blue, with the Blue Raiders, a.k.a. Mysterious Thunder Horses, a.k.a. Lightning, a.k.a. Blue Killers with a C.
AKA, let's segue into the next game.
No.
The spread on that is
Vandy's a 3-point
Vandy
favorite.
by 3, yeah.
So, it's going to
Vandy
be
by 3
close.
touchdowns, maybe.
No.
Dude,
Oh. I'll take Vanderbilt by 10.
Shermer's a stud. If he can get going, Vanderbilt
Vandy's going to come in.
Vanderbilt could have a winning season, and that's saying something.
Slow down.
That's,
You just need to pump the brakes, Ryan.
he's a top. He's a first or second round draft pick next year.
See, Vandy and MTSU are kind of forming a rivalry because, we're like 30 minutes from each other. So, I think it'll be a fun game.
Well, according to the Tennessean, the Commodores opened as much as a 7.5-point favorite, but that line has shrunk to only 3 points in all 16 sportsbooks on oddshark.com. So, there you go.
Interesting.
It's because Vandy's garbage.
Vandy by 10.
Nope, not happening.
The experts know better.
You don't know what you're talking
It's
about,
fake
Robbie.
news.
All right. Let's move on to the school out east. Tennessee versus West Virginia. Where's that being played at?
Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
Bank of America Stadium.
Oh, so they are supporting the troops with the Bank of the Troops Stadium.
Go off.
I don't know who I want to take. Actually, I know who's going to win. Will Greer, probably, he's going to be in New York at the end of the season. Not lifting the Heisman because that's going to go to my boy Sean Robinson whenever TCU's in the Final Four.
Every bit of that sentence was a lie.
But Will Greer, I mean, I just think with West Virginia's offense, yeah, their defense might be trash, but Tennessee's offense, I mean, they're starting Garantano, so, I mean, they're trash. And Will Greer in the offense is definitely going to score some points, so I just don't think Tennessee can hang. So I'm taking West Virginia by 2 touchdowns. Who you got, Savannah?
I know that I was roasting them earlier in the group chat, and I may have said some inappropriate things about them. But I think that I got to go with my boys in Tennessee this week.
Y'all's fandom is blinding y'all. Like, you gotta learn how to, in this business, you gotta
think
learn how
that
to not be biased. Which is why I picked TCU to be second,
I'm
but still
fully
win
biased.
the championship.
I'm fully biased.
Listen, West Virginia's defense last year was 103rd in the nation. And they only returned 6 starters. So it's going to be worse. Also, last year, they played 3 defenses in the top 67 in the country, which is not good.
And they torched
And
them.
they were 1-2 in those games.
Who were those games?
TCU was 1.
Dude, they scored 56 on Kansas, alright? They're going to put up
Kansas.
some points. They're going to put up.
Kansas.
Listen, we're a lot bigger than West Virginia, too. Will Greer, a Mountaineer. Tennessee by 7.
They lost to the real UT last year, though. 28-14 to Texas. Actually, they've kind of did not put up as many points as I would have thought they did last year.
Overrated.
But, I mean, still going to beat Tennessee because Will Greer is a savage. All right, who you got, Wes?
I mean, you can never count out Will Greer, who comes from such fabled family, as also produced, famous Vine star Nash Greer.
Are they actually family?
I'm pretty sure they're brothers.
Yes, they're
What the
brothers. Yeah, that guy from Vine, Nash Greer, that's literally his brother. So
I did not know where you was going.
Fun fact.
It's a
Don't
sad
ask me
world.
why I know that.
It's a sad world we're living in when we reference college football players to Vine stars.
he's his brother. I can't help it. I'm not the one that made that happen.
Well, the average football play is 6 seconds, so maybe that's what they have in common is they perform when it comes down to crunch time.
Maybe. But I don't know. That was completely unrelated. I would probably. I'm not sure how shitty Tennessee's going to be.
Well, another thing is, West Virginia doesn't have any film on Tennessee now. We have a completely different offense. We have new players. A new defense.
True. I'm going to let my inner pessimist come out and give the slight edge to West Virginia just because I have no confidence in Tennessee at this point.
You're a fake fan.
What did you say?
I am. Sorry.
West Virginia. Alright, speaking of teams in the Big 12 that have destroyed Tennessee,
When did they
let's
destroy
go
Tennessee?
Oklahoma.
We blew a 2-touchdown lead and lost in
Oklahoma
overtime.
hosts FAU.
FAU's about to come in and wreck them.
This is one that could go either way. I think it's going to be closer than people are expecting, but at the end of the day, Oklahoma's just got too much skill power. And even though Lane Kiffin does know how to coach against teams in crimson and white, due to his experience coaching for them, I think Oklahoma's going to win. All right, since Savannah's away from the mic, Robbie, let's go on and hear your Lane Kiffin loving self.
I'm all on the Lane train. And Oklahoma has a new quarterback. Their defense is probably going to be garbage. They play in the Big 12. FAU is going to put up a ton of points.
This is fake news.
I'm going to go FAU with the upset.
It's a 21-point underdog.
FAU with the upset. Like, the score might be 51-50.
Oh, my God.
Kiffin gets it done.
All right, Savannah's back. Who you got?
I'm going with Robbie again. Pulling for the underdog.
The real you.
Y'all are idiots.
The real you.
I wouldn't go that far. But I'm excited to see Lane Kiffin come back out after trolling everybody on Twitter, you know? So I'd like to see him come out. And once again, I'm being biased.
Oh, I am too.
So I apologize. All 3 picks so far have been completely based on who I want to win. So,
Dude, he hasn't even revealed who's starting at quarterback. So I mean,
just gotta keep him.
He's keeping it a mystery.
Yeah.
all right.
I
Well,
believe it was Sun Tzu who once wrote, "Keep who you're starting at quarterback a mystery until game time." No, actually, yeah, I am going to go with Oklahoma. I just literally don't see any way. How long has Lane Kiffin been at FAU? How many years?
This is his second year.
Yeah, I just don't see any way that he's built any kind of depth to compete with Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying?
He dominated CUSA this past year. His first year there turned the team around from, like, complete shit to
They hadn't
winners
won
of
more
Conference
than.
USA.
I don't think they had won more than 3 games in a year in like a decade.
It was bad. Like, you know, when NTSU was playing Florida Atlantic, it was one that I just was like,
That's a
easy
dub.
win. Yeah. And this past year, they kicked their asses. So,
no, you know.
I mean,
What was you saying?
I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at their schedule from last year, and there's not really. Sure, they did a lot better. I mean, they blew, they beat Old Dominion by 30 points. They obviously beat Middle Tennessee by 18, it looks like. And, I mean, they scored 69 on North Texas, which is nice.
Yeah, no.
Nice.
nice.
Other than that, I mean, what I'm saying is, I guess I'm obviously not, intensely familiar with FAU recruiting or anything, but I just can't imagine that in 2 years, Lane Kiffin has managed to recruit the kind of talent to keep up with.
They do have a former 5-star quarterback.
Speaking of formers, breaking news, even though people may know, I might know where some of their recruiting might be coming from. Looking at their notable alumni, obviously they have Alfred Morris, the NFL player. They also have an astronaut, the comedian formerly known as Carrot Top. And here's where the big kicker is. I click on this person named Mary Carey, and she's a porn star. So that's where the recruiting's coming in at.
Very cool.
Why is she one of, like, the notable alumni?
Lane Kiffin's recruiting these kids. He's bringing them in and taking them to dinner. Taking them to dinner with her.
A big theater and said, "Watch this." This is
Folks, I'm not saying you'll get to go on a date with her, but
you can watch the vids. You can watch the vids. It's basically the same.
We have unseen footage for you.
We have free Wi-Fi on campus. At any point, you can look up her videos. It's amazing, folks.
And they have a software developer who created a company just called Pretty Good Privacy. So that probably shows you the way how good their things are.
There you go.
All right, let's move on to the next part before I uncover some more secrets about. Why they got Lucky Whitehead so far down? What the heck? Okay. All right, next we've got Michigan at Notre Dame. These are honestly 2 teams that are always overrated, so it makes it kind of hard to pick this game. But I think in his first game in the blue and gold, Shea Patterson,
Blue and maize.
yeah, blue and maize, it's amazing.
Wow.
I think that he'll do amazing for his first game. Shea
You're the
Patterson
worst.
gonna have a good performance, pretty good. All right, who you got, Savannah?
Well, I hate Notre Dame, so once
What?
again,
We're letting them fly this week.
once again, I'm biased. Notre Dame. Michigan's winning.
You're making this really hard on me, and you wanted this done to me.
Get your ass to work.
All right, Robbie.
They're both always overrated, but I think Michigan will have a better defense, and having Shea Patterson will help. So I got Michigan winning, and also Notre Dame.
Oh
Hell yeah.
my. All right,
Okay.
and Manly.
So, okay. It's just hard. I both hate people from Michigan and Catholics. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Just a joke. Just a friendly joke among
No.
peers. So, yeah. I don't know. I would like
That
Michigan
whole,
to win.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
I said I would like Michigan to win, I guess, but I don't know.
With it
I'm
being
gonna
at
probably
Notre
just-
Dame, it'll be a close game.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, at Notre Dame, I would tend to just take the home team if I thought it was a wash. So I think that's probably what I'll do here. Just go with Notre Dame. Probably by 10 points.
Mary supports the troops.
Get off the damn pictures.
I don't know which coach supported the troops more and voted for Trump. That's the only.
That's the deciding factor.
Yeah, I feel like Jim Harbaugh's a Trump guy.
That
What do you
that
think?
whole Catholics versus convicts thing made me hate Catholics. I'm just kidding.
This is problematic. We're not picking another Notre Dame game.
I'm sorry.
We're bringing back racism, but not like any kind of bad racism that's happened recently.
Yes.
Only like the racism that happened in the 1920s or whatever.
Oh my god.
It's just Catholics. I live in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Jeez.
There's like 5 Catholics in America. It's like whatever.
All right. Speaking of racism,
Where's
I've got
this
a-
going?
I've got a game
Where
that
you
they
going?
don't know about. We got the UNLV
Oh,
Rebels at the USC Trojans.
Oh.
ranked
Yeah.
number 15. All right. I'm going to say that the Trojans are going to give it to them.
No.
All right, so we always know that teenage rebels always have to use Trojans. That way they. But
Oh no.
That wasn't even like a football.
oh well, they're college
Oh,
kids. So
no.
they probably are teenagers.
Oh no.
But the Trojans are gonna
I don't even
budge
want
and have to pull
I
out
don't
the
even wanna make
second
a joke
string
anymore.
Trojans.
I'm not even gonna make a joke anymore because.
What's the joke, dude? We're talking about the game. USC by 53 over the Rebels.
Did you
Wait,
say about
what?
53?
Yep.
I didn't register that for a couple minutes.
The Sin
Holy
City's full of
God.
sin. And Trojans. Alright.
Oh my god.
Alright, now
So
Robbie.
am I reading this correctly?
What's your
That
pick on this one?
USC is starting a freshman quarterback?
Oh, yeah.
What'd you pick?
I think
Wow.
it's the first freshman that they've started.
What you picked?
I think it's the first freshman they've started since Matt Barkley.
Wow.
What a winner he turned out to be.
Unless was Sam Darnold the freshman?
I think he's a redshirt freshman. I don't think he's a true freshman.
Well, okay. The Rebels finished apparently 5-7 last year.
Oh, they finished.
Yeah. So, I'm just gonna say
I think
USC.
that Go ahead.
Go ahead. I don't even want to do it.
That's what the Rebels are saying.
I think that the Trojans will finish on top of the Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, bold.
Okay. Let's see.
Did Robbie say one?
I'm waiting on Wes.
Oh, okay.
Y'all ain't let my man speak.
Oh no. Okay. The Trojans are going to take it to the Rebels, doggy style, like a mad dog, that is, because UNLV is
They gonna give it to them.
They're
Nice.
the underdog. If you get what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's all I got.
We're talking about some hardcore football.
Okay, if you've listened this far.
Right.
Alright, Robbie, just.
Just get it over with.
The Trojan offense is going to go in and out of the Rebels defense all night long. USC by a lot. Probably not 53, but a lot.
That looks like Kenny on.
No. Gave him his chance.
Alright, let's move it on. We got
The fake,
You.
fake you.
That's always been the you dumbass.
Nope.
We got
FAU is the
me.
real you.
at LSU. Look, just for the sake of my predictions, I'm taking old Rozier and the squad. They're going to be a lot higher than 7 floors. They're going to be on cloud 9 after this victory against LSU. All right.
I thought we stopped doing puns.
That wasn't a pun. That was big facts. All right. Miami's winning by a ton and sending old Eddie O out. All right, who you got, Savannah?
Who you think I got?
Dang. You got facts or no?
I got facts. I know you already referenced the 7th floor, but I just think that the 7th Floor Crew is an iconic song of our generation. And I know it only came out when I was like 4, but I was still bumping it then. So the U is gonna f***ing wreck LSU. I'm sorry, it's just coming out now.
This might be a record for most total F-bombs
Yeah.
on the pod.
Yeah, and I'm mad about it.
We're at like four for Savannah. I think Robbie has one.
Oh, we should have
I
tallied
said
it.
We've had 8 total. So.
I think me and Savannah are the only ones that have said it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I cut mine out last week.
I'm saving mine for a good time.
That's what she said.
So it's
All right.
like a,
All right, Robbie, who you got?
I'd really like to pick LSU because I don't like Miami.
you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It just came out again.
Savannah!
I gotta quit drinking.
But I don't think LSU is going to be very good this year. So I'm gonna go with Miami this week in a close one.
It ain't gonna be close.
And who you got, Wes?
Yeah, I think it will be close. I don't think there's as big of a gap in these two teams, honestly.
Wrong.
But I mean, I still think that Miami is the better team, and
You damn right they are.
kind of like with Michigan and Notre Dame, but not quite to the extent. I think LSU kind of gets overrated a little bit. I think that's probably because of just the fact that they're in the SEC. But I think that Miami will probably take this one.
The U is back.
Another reason they probably didn't rank
They invented
really
swagger.
high is because they wear purple. And I mean,
Where the f*** are you
Where are you going with this?
TCU is
going
the
with
greatest team of our generation. They wear purple, so
Oh no, I did it backwards.
LSU just has to try and follow up.
The greatest team of our
generation.
generation.
Yup.
1936.
38, my dude.
Sorry, 1938 is the last time that they
Dude,
won
my
a national
grandparents weren't even born then.
So that's
but
definitely
I
not our
knew-
generation.
But I knew about it, okay?
My grandparents were in their 30s,
Oh my god.
20s.
Your grandparents were old.
Right.
My mom's parents.
TCU fucking sucks.
Oh my gosh. No, they
My
don't.
dad's parents were.
Put another tally. Alright.
We are at 11 now, folks. I'm sorry for all the beeps.
Ron, you should not have told us to keep a tally.
Alright, old EC. This one's for you, my dude. We got Virginia Tech. Will be entering the Sandman
I think
at
we all
Florida
did that.
State. At Doak Campbell. Alright, the line on this, Florida State's a 7-point favorite. But I kind of get the vibe that Florida State is going to win by quite a bit more than just 7 points.
Old.
I don't know. Florida State is always one of those teams that just, which they got raped last year in the first game, but they always seem to perform well in the beginning of the season, and then, they always kind of choke it out at the end. But I do think that Florida State beats Virginia Tech just because I don't know that Virginia Tech's that good. Another team that's always kind of ranked high and always loses about 3-4 games.
Sounds like Miami.
What you got, Savannah?
I'm gonna have to go with Florida State. Just because I kind of like them a little bit. Like,
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
actually like them. I just like.
That's Miami's rivals, you clown. And you're over
It's
here.
not their rival.
Yeah.
It kinda
They're
is.
a
Yeah.
rival. It's not like the main rival.
Savannah.
It
They got-
kinda is.
That's like probably their biggest rival. Alright, just pick the game. I'll do the
You're a
research.
fake. A fake.
Savannah, you gotta talk.
A
Florida
fake has been
State.
exposed.
Okay.
Okay, rivalries: Florida Gators, Florida State Seminoles, Nebraska Cornhuskers. That's
When's the last time they played Florida? Do they play them every year?
Yeah, that's.
Oh, do they?
Well, maybe not.
I don't think so.
They don't.
Anyways, Virginia Tech's gonna win this game.
All right, Miami fans vote Florida State as biggest rival. That's all you need, Savannah. That's from last year. You saw.
Take your drunk ass home.
All right, but please don't drive.
Well, I'm about to have to.
All right, who you got to win? Florida State.
She picked
Florida State. I put my initial down there. It's set in stone now.
All right, Robert.
I got Virginia Tech. Florida State's got a new coach, and I don't think Willie Taggart's that good.
You saw what he did at Oregon.
Yeah, not a whole lot.
I mean,
They kind of sucked. Virginia Tech wins.
alrighty, Wesley. Even though it's just West.
I think Virginia Tech probably takes this one because Fuentes is the four years he's in there now.
That's
Yeah.
fake news.
Yeah, from Memphis. Yeah, he's the.
Yeah, Fuente.
That's not
Been
even
there for,
Notre Dame.
well, I'm saying,
on
has he
there.
been there for 4 years now?
3. This will be his 3rd year.
Just three. And like you said, it's like Florida State, they have a new coach. So like I don't know, I just like the odds of the coach. He's now in his 3rd year, like he's theoretically settled everybody down and gotten used to the schedule and how he runs things, and he's also had time to recruit. So just if it was just in a vacuum, probably I would go with Florida State, but given the head coaching situation, I'll go with Virginia Tech.
All right. And we're at our top game of the week. It's a very nice game. We got number 6 Washington
Yup.
at number 9 Auburn
I'll do it.
in Atlanta.
Shout out to Lil John.
I'm taking the runner-up in the championship game last year, Auburn. I know they lost to UCF in a heartbreaker in this same building, But I mean that Auburn's line is just too good in my opinion, and I think they're going to tear through the offensive line. We're taking the Tigers over the Huskies. Who you got, Savannah? Go War Eagle.
Nah. I got Washington.
Do you have any reason, or are you just drunk?
I'm not drunk. I don't like Auburn. And I kind of like Washington right now. I don't know.
I don't like Auburn, but I like Washington. That's what you sound like.
That's not at all what I sound like.
hurry.
I'm about to kill Ryan after this podcast ends, so sorry for the murder charges coming.
All right, and Robbie, who you got?
I don't know. ESPN has Auburn by 2. But I think I'm going to go with Washington.
Oh my gosh.
Damn it.
Because you never know which Auburn team is going to show up.
Right.
Because Gus Malzahn is wishy-washy as
Yup.
So, Washington by 3.
Interesting. And Wes, you got the last pick for the day.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go with Washington just because I like Auburn. I like their offense is one of the most fun to watch when it actually works, but it doesn't work most of the time. So I just don't have any faith in Gus Malzahn. As much as I want to be, play favorites here, I gotta go with Washington. Honestly, it's better to be the 6 than the 9. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Drake.
Right.
Let's see. Oh, I got a couple more things. They aren't games though. But let's just which of these games that we've done, which one do you think that it costs the most to get into?
Michigan and Notre Dame.
Let's see, the home team. Yeah, I don't know. Possibly Auburn. Washington.
Wes, you got any guess?
Yeah. With Notre Dame, you got to think that that's always expensive.
Yeah.
But Auburn, Washington,
That's a big
is
game.
in Atlanta. It's in Atlanta. I mean, oh God. I guess the hot take would be MTSU Vanderbilt, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Ticket prices are right now at $7 for MTSU Vandy, so.
Okay, I am going to go, I think, with Michigan Notre Dame. Because I can't.
Yeah, y'all are right on that.
Okay.
The lowest ticket price is $353.
Oh my
Good
God.
God.
Y'all trying to drop rent on a damn...
The next closest that I'm seeing is Tennessee, West Virginia at $91 is the lowest.
That's a big drop.
Washington, Auburn is $49.
What? Is it in the Georgia Dome?
Yeah.
It's
or
Mercedes-Benz Stadium, West. Uncultured.
Capitalism.
That stadium is nice as hell.
Yeah. And then the Miami, LSU, and Virginia Tech and Florida State games are both $43 a piece. It's the lowest. Which is funny because Austin P, Georgia is $47 at the lowest. That's a ripoff.
You couldn't... No.
That's a rip.
I've got a funny fact for you. I was trying to play some of my rap songs earlier, but I had my 5-year-old cousin in the car, so I was looking up clean versions to play, and I tried to play PMW. If you don't know what that stands for, look it up. It's by A$AP Rocky. And so I played the clean version of it, and I was wondering what PMW would stand for in the clean version. And all they said was purple, pink, and green. Purple, pink, and green. I'm like, Anyways.
Interesting. Okay. I guess my last question to kind of wrap it up. What's all y'all's favorite game day traditions that either you do, or what are you looking forward to most of the college football season?
I am not working Saturdays. This is the first football season in like 6 years that I'm not working Saturdays. And so I'm really looking forward to actually being able to sit down and watch the games instead of trying to like sneak my phone and work and like using all my data, keeping up with it on my phone. So that'll be
Shout
fun.
out Walgreens.
That'll be fun, yeah.
All right, Robbie. Other than crying because UT sucks so bad, what's your-
That's a tradition. That's
I
a
don't-
tradition that we don't want to do, but we do anyway.
I don't know that I really have like a game day tradition. Just Tennessee is going to affect my mood until November when they inevitably don't make a bowl game. So then I can stop being mad.
Wes, you got any?
Well, like Savannah, I've only been able to work on weekends the last couple of years, so I've really like dropped off in my college football viewing. But when I do get to watch a game, obviously the best thing is
Singing for the flag?
of course, yes, respecting the troops as much as possible. Just saluting just the president and America and the police, I guess, ICE, you know. Other than that, yeah, like cheese dip, just that kind of thing.
I'm just
getting a little bit, just like slightly inappropriately buzzed around people you know and love. Like, you know, just normal things. Keeping it regular.
guys, as we're speaking, the Michigan Notre Dame lowest price has moved up to $406.
Oh my god.
Woo, hell yeah.
I think mine.
Y'all trying to go?
Oh yeah.
I ain't
Y'all
trying to take
trying
it
to go in
alone.
on? Y'all all trying to go in on a single ticket?
We'll each watch one quarter.
Y'all ever seen that episode of that 70s show
The
where
old
they go
ticket
to...
stub swap.
Yeah.
Dibs on fourth quarter. Watch it on Malik, it'll be a blowout, and I'll be like, crap. I don't know what we're doing if it goes to overtime. I'll just have to stay. I think my favorite tradition. I think my favorite tradition is just being able to wear my TCU stuff at Nike and get everyone crap on me for rooting for TCU. So, do the SEC so much better. Basically, that kind of stuff.
I mean, they're not wrong.
So hold on. So your favorite tradition is getting just f***ing shitted on the whole time you're at
That's
work.
your favorite.
Well, I mean,
That's your tradition.
I mean, all my friends crap on me anyway, so at least this time it's strangers, and I don't feel any ties to them and get disrespected.
My favorite tradition is listening to 7th Floor Crew on the regular again.
I love just clocking into my job and just pinhead racist hillbilly just comes up to me and is like,
Your team sucks.
let me tell you about the SEC, by God.
It just
I
means
love
more, dude.
more.
It just means more.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, dude, we've got this is a really cool game. We got Navy, Hawaii. Shout out Pearl Harbor for real.
Oh my god.
What?
R.I.P., bro.
Okay, I didn't take it that far. I was just saying.
Damn, R.I.P.
Shit, say R.I.P. for up out there.
Well, that's 2 weeks in a row that we have had really
Dark.
controversial.
Very dark humor.
That's
Now we're just gonna
yeah,
make
babe.
some. Now we're just gonna make some 9/11 jokes. And
Oh god.
no.
No.
Where's when you need her?
Oh,
Oh
god.
god. We can just call him in real quick and be like, hey,
Yep.
just drop your best 9/11 jokes.
Yeah. Like just clocking into my job at the racism factory.
Mikey is extra racist.
Dang, we're calling him out on the pot.
Everyone knows now. Good luck finding a job, you jackass.
Look, it's okay.
We're airing it out.
We won't say his last name, but we'll.
We'll beep his first name.
Okay, y'all beef his first
Yeah, we
name.
can do that. Yeah.
I'm gonna add him on Twitter and tell him that we talked about him. He just has to figure out where it's at.
He's got to listen to the whole thing. That's another view.
Yeah.
Another $1 in our pockets. I'm
Not
just
only
kidding.
am I chasing clout, I'm chasing views. All right.
We're trying. I'm like self-promoting on Twitter.
If y'all want to Venmo me, just make sure you download Cash App first, but definitely send me hundreds. All right. DM me from my Venmo account because I don't know it right now, but I'll definitely accept any donations you got.
Yeah, we don't make any money for doing this. We just come and talk about pointless stuff for a couple hours every night. Not every
You
night.
may be shocked to find out we don't get paid for this. Actually,
Yeah, I know this premium.
Breaking news.
content.
I know this
despite the immense good we do for society here.
I know this is life-changing material for you.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, you got your troops, you got your cops, you got firefighters, first responders,
and shout out
And
Jamarcus.
and then you've got podcasters. You got
And McDonald's
podcasters doing-
employees.
Don't forget Jamarcus Russell and McDonald's West.
That's so last week.
That was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was
actually.
2 weeks ago.
Time flies.
Oh my
Time
god.
flies when you're having fun.
I forgot we're normies. Oh, okay, I guess it's getting past our bedtimes.
Big facts.
I've had 2 ices and I'm a lightweight, so I gotta pee and lay down for a little bit. So
That's disgusting. So that's all getting bleak, my girl.
I'm signing off.
Okay, and so if you're signing off, what do you guys say? First off, follow us on Twitter at PodBois_podcast.
Yup.
Okay. Any other final statements?
Butch Jones.
Check out the movie The After Party if you like rap.
It has nothing to do with football.
If you
I
want to
don't
watch
give
the
a-
dumbest movie on Netflix, watch The Package.
Okay,
I saw
I've seen
advertisements.
that.
It's funny, but it's the dumbest fucking movie I've ever watched.
If you're a fan of hip hop, though, I seriously recommend The After Party.
So that was 2 minutes ago.
It's got the rapper Kyle on it, and I love him, so check him out.
Don't watch.
He's the lead.
Don't watch Like Father. It's basically just a Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines ad. It's trash.
It was horrible. Yep. Anyways, there's your Netflix movies for the week.
Yeah. And I think this is I think we set a record this week.
14 F-bombs, so enjoy all those beeps.
Have fun, Ryan.
Oh, I will not.
We expect this uploaded
By
tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
You better get to
Put in
work.
that work.
So on Thursday, basically, hold on. If y'all want to watch the best game of the week, I mean, it's basically in the same time slot as Michigan Notre Dame, just 30 minutes earlier. Click it on ESPN Plus and watch Nichols at Kansas. All right,
The tickets for that are $17.
or if you're in the area,
That's more
$17. All right.
That's more expensive than the MTSU Vanderbilt game.
I would not be surprised if Nicholls State won that game.
No, I wouldn't either.
But somehow Kansas will beat TCU is the funny thing.
No, we're champions.
Probably. Champions of
Y'all
life.
somehow lose to Kansas every year.
All right.
I don't get it.
PodBois.
Uh,
First place.